it is still relatively small. And that's on account of, among others, the size of the economy of Muslim countries itself. And we spoke about there being 1.9 billion population, Muslim population in the world, and that's about 25% of the total population. But if you look at the total size of the Muslim economies, I believe it's less than 10 trillion US dollars. Meaning that even the top three largest Muslim economies, they only have about 1.4 trillion. So between Indonesia and Turkey, and then you have Saudi at about 1 trillion US dollars. So these three combined is actually less than 4 trillion ringgit. And where are we in terms of the top 10 GDP? Well, you see Indonesia and Turkey at number 10 or 11, as opposed to top 10. So the point not to make here really is that as much as we make up 25% of the population, in terms of size of the economy, it is only at about 8% at the last count. Now, being small in number means that the prospects for growth is certainly there. And I think this is where, by right, if we are going to punch at the level playing field, at our weight, so to speak, we should be 3 times bigger. And I think this is where there's a need for a more coordinated, I would say, promotion and engagement among the OIC countries on how we can actually develop this further. Now, in order for that to happen, it will have to be facilitated by multilateral agencies that we have. Now, I would say that the single biggest entity that we have today under OIC is basically the Islamic Development Bank. One can argue that Islamic Development Bank is doing their part in funding various economic activities in various countries, but a lot of them has been confined to some infrastructure. And whilst they've been doing better from a year-to-year perspective, in terms of penetration, relative to the size of the economies of the global countries, perhaps there's a lot more that ISDB can do, if I may.